Good morning, children. How are you? Hope everyone is keeping fine. Children, as we were discussing yesterday, what is globalization and how Chinese goods has been totally available in India and all. So today we start with a new topic. What are the factors that enabled the globalization in across the countries and all? Okay, how it is totally, what are the main factors here we are going to study, which is enabled or which is totally helping for the globalization process and all that is. Here are two things that we could study, the technology and the one more thing is that also takes place, that is the liberalization of the foreign trade and foreign investment policies and all that is liberalization. So liberalization in the sense already we know in history and all we study the liberty or the freedom and all it when we make free for something and all. Okay, especially here it is totally clearly very clear it is mentioned that is to make a free of foreign trade and foreign investment and all that is these policies. So here two things that is very important we'll be discussing. These two factors are totally enabled for the globalization across the countries and all that is. Okay, so little bit shall zoom it, okay, and we'll be seeing what is the things is being happening over there in the technology. So for the two factors I have said already. The first one is the technology. How technology is totally becomes one of the factor for the globalization or for the development of the globalization and all that you just will be talking. The rapid improvement in the technology has been one major factor that has stimulated the globalization process. Totally for the globalization process you could see that technology plays a great role. How it plays, just see the example for instance that is given. In the past 50 years have seen several improvements in the transportation technology. Okay, you can see that is a transportation facilities of the technology and all that is how it is developed. Here below in the textbook that the picture also is given that you can see. Previously the people used to transport some of the goods and all through the bullock carts or through different means. People also used to carry and go, but now through the technology and all very fast means of transport that we could we studied no previous geography lessons and all that we have studied that the lifelines of Indian economy and all that we studied over there, how that the transportation becomes the lifeline of the economy of the country and all that. So here for the development of the or to have the more extension of this globalization, technology plays a vital role and all. How again we will be seeing further some information and all. This has made much faster delivery of goods across the long distance possible at a lower cost. We studied as the water transport is there, air transport is there, road transport is there. So this has been done through the technology. Now before the days that the people used to go by walk, people used to go by the bullock cart, people used to go by some means of transportation and all. But now these days you see within hours people can go roam all over the country and come back. Morning a person starts to a business to different places and by evening he will be at home. But when there was a time through the overseas and all that is people used to go to different country for the business, months and months that they used to stay over there and come back and all. This is used to happen. But now you can see when we go to any distance of places, any part of places that you can see go, it is within the district, within the state, within the country or with the different country and all that is people can go and come back immediately, that according to their work and all that is they can go and come back. That is what it is a great facility that has been given by the technology and all that is, and many more information is there will be see. Here one of the example is given, that is the containers for the transport of goods The goods are placed in the container that can be loaded intact into the ship, railways, and the planes and trucks. So just I was telling you that is here the example is given, the picture is also is given, that is the any type of goods that we are transporting from one place to another place, that we can transport through the, if it is other country, through the ship and all, or through within a country through the railways or through the truck and all, that is, or if it is very fast, if you want to transport it by the plane and all, you can go and have the business or transport the goods and can come back. That is what the picture example also is being given. So here even more remarkable has been the developments in the information and communication technology. That was the transportation we have seen. Now we are talking about the information and communication technology. Information communication technology also, children, now these days you can see by sitting at home you can have all over the world information. That is it is no need of giving much more examples about, that is in your hand, that a mobile that you are having, that you can just imagine. There was a day when people used to sit and write anything, any type of information that they want to give to their parents or their relatives, or by walk the people used to go. But now through the means of transport, as we have seen, people can go, or through the technology, the communication, information and technology have given such a great extent of development, that is by sitting here you can talk with America and all, that is, you can talk the person one who is there in America or any part of the world. Okay, already you know the communications, like some other things like computers are there, internet has the great changing rapidly, that has been brought. The telecommunication facilities, you know, the telegraph and all, and the telephone, including the mobile phones and the fax and all, are used to contact one another around the world, just as I have said you. And the communicate from the remote areas, this has been facilitated by the satellite communication device. Already you know this, what are the information that we are giving through the mobile and all, that is through the satellite communication device and all, that is, it is being placed on the space, and from there what all type of information is receiving and sending, you know very well more information that is than me, that now these days that how it happens and all, that you could see. And many more things like the electronic emails and all, that is a voice email all across the country, that we can send it wherever that we can able to, or we can send a message. But there was a time, just imagine, that is when there was no cell phone and all, that mobile and all, that is only one land phone used to be there at home. Very frequently that I give this example to the student and all, that is so if the persons have gone out and the call comes to the particular person, then he may not attend the call, and they may say that we can have a talk, or we can he will be getting back after that, you can have a contact with the person. So this is what used to happen. But now these days, wherever you may be, wherever you go, but the network should be there, then you can have a contact and a talk with the particular persons. Here one of the example is given regarding this IT globalization or using of this information technology. What is that? You can just overlook, that is it. A news magazine publisher for London readers is to be designed and printed in Delhi. Delhi is where? It is in India. But London, where? It is an European country. So in London, the people, they will read a magazine, okay, a magazine or a newspaper that they will read, but where it is being printing, or who is being designing this, is in India, in Delhi, that is being designing or being printed, and immediately that will be reaching to their country, and they will be reading the next day. So that is what is also possible through what? Through this information technology. So this is a little bit explanation is being given, that you could just look at, that is. The text of this magazine is sent through internet to the Delhi office. How it is possible? What are the information that they want to give in the magazine or in the newspaper? That information that they send to Indian IT information or the printer and or the people and all those who are printing and writing and all making design and all that through the internet, that it is possible to send it to Delhi office, and the Delhi designs in the Delhi office get orders on how to design the magazine from the office in London using the telecommunication facility. So through the telecommunication facilities, by sitting at Delhi, what are the information that they need to have in London, that from the London office that they get all type of information and they are typing and designing and they are sending, and the designing is done on a computer. Designing is being done on a computer, and after printing the magazine are sent by air to London through the air transport, that already we have discussed. Okay, through the air transport. Soon after printing, that is, or designing, that is, they might be sending the one of the copy and all to look after, that is all. Then next they can make a final copy and send it immediately to the by printing. After printing and all, these people, the Indian people, can send it through the flight or the plane and all that to their country. That is what is being done or happened through the telecommunication and all that is. Even the payment, you may say that, sir, okay, the newspaper or the magazine through the internet, it has been done, or how the payment, because Indian people are doing the work, they should get some amount. Yes, so the money also is being transformed. How you see, even the payment of money for designing and printing from a bank in London to a bank in Delhi is done instantly through the internet e-banking, that we say. Now this is more different means of transporting amount and all, that is being available, like a Google Pay, Phone Pay and all these things. Okay, so you are very familiar with all these things. Okay, I am not going to make it more lengthy about this video and all. So children, this is what this is how the technology becomes one of the factor for the globalization. That means all over the world people becomes connectivity each other and all that. So this is